What's up, everybody? I'm Nems. This is Hearts of Iron 4, and I'm joined again by TheBillyBobHD as we are the Central Powers getting ready to hopefully fight Russia someday soon once we've, done all the lead up to 19, whatever the hell we're going to start this thing. What's up, Billy Bob?
What's up, what's up? Yeah, trying to stack this eastern border here now. It's got 79 divisions.
I've unpaused just as warning. Oh man!
And he's my field marshal is telling me he needs more than that. So let's.
I meant to ask you this episode. Do you have a Patreon? And Patreon
I do.
Supporters. All right. Well, for those of you guys
I don't have
wondering,
any supporters.
all right. Well, somebody should fix that. If you guys are interested in supporting the channels, every dollar is like ridiculously effective in support, right? So. I think it's something. I think I've heard things tossed around like a dollar is better than 1,000 views in a month or something like that. So if you guys are interested in supporting the channels with more than just a view, we greatly appreciate that. Special shout out to my Patreons, who I greatly appreciate. And let's get Billy Bob on the board. And yeah, head over to those links. And like I said, even $1 is a big deal.
Sweet, nice, yeah. It is appreciated.
And Discord. I don't know if you've got Discord, but I do. And
I do have a Discord as of late here. It's sort of a new thing for me. So,
I love me some Discord. If you guys haven't joined, if you're interested in interacting with us, I highly recommend checking out the Discord links because it's fun because you kind of get to meet other people like you, right, who are interested in the same things that you are. And I'm part of multiple Discords because there's a small community of YouTubers that I hang out with, and it's always kind of fascinating to see all those different personalities. You got a bunch of history and video game nerds all in a room, and it just turns into really hilarious stuff.
Yeah, it's been fun being on Discord. I've been trying to be more active and everything, When I first got it, let it sit there for a couple weeks. Then finally started really getting into it. I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is a good way to put people together.
Indeed.
Yeah. Guns. Well, fuck.
Yeah, how am I doing on guns? Oh, yeah, I was working on that one. I was going to do this. So let me make some of you boys. How do I've got 1,000 field guns. Is that good? Is that enough for me to do like a gun in here?
You got 1,000 in the stockpile?
Yeah.
They're coming out here.
No, that's not going to work. You know what I might do?
Mecklenburg will be the new gathering spot. Nice.
How many is that going to take? I don't know. Alright, well, let me at least start with this. I will make some of you. Make a whole army of you, actually. So I just want a couple of... Usually what I try to do is I will make two types of armies. I'll make I'll make a bunch of types of armies, but from an infantry perspective, I'll make my my push line, and then I'll make like a hold line. So what I try to do is I try to have... And they could be like 10 or 20 width, but I want to have those guys who I just set the front line and I don't even send them forward. And then another group of guys that I send forward so that as the line in the front starts to stretch, I've got those other guys that are going to kind of make sure that we don't get any major counter pushes.
Right.
Now in the Great War mod, that's a little different because the attacking is so different than in the regular Hearts of Iron 4, so I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to play this out. And then obviously you want some breakthrough units, which I'm still stockpiling my armored cars. I'm up to 560 of those bad boys. Start generating some of them at some point here.
Yeah. I'm still like mass producing a lot of infantry right now. I need to get into some armored cars. I've got Zeppelins going finally. Getting some of those in the bank.
Yeah, I'm almost filled my first unit of 50 of those guys. All right, got some new dockyards. What will I do with you, dockyards? I guess I should probably... I've got convoys going. Might want to just kick up destroyers and convoys. Oops.
1916 there.
Alright, time to name some stuff. I'm going to name Alex Raiders for my subs. After one of my Patreons. And then Caleb's Battle Group as my main. And then I need to throw my subs, my new subs that I've been making into Alex Raiders. And then I guess I'll make this big Russian army Schmitty's first army. Schmitty. I can never spell Schmitty's name right. First army. I can't say it right either, apparently.
Yeah.
So Schmitty is...
What do I take?
Schmitty's my best Patreon, but he's also my most... he's the most critical person in my comment section by a lot.
He's bought his right into that one, I guess, huh?
He was doing that
So
well before he was supporting the channel. He was. I honestly don't mind it. Like I'll be honest with you. I know I am not the best guy at these things. I recognize it. I also recognize sometimes that when you're the guy trying to talk for 25 minutes while you play a game, you're not going to be as.
It's like not as sharp, right?
Yeah.
No, I hear you.
Like we were doing. I used to stream Overwatch, and I was streaming World of Tanks the other day with a couple of guys from my Discord, and I just don't play as well when I'm trying to talk about what I'm doing. Your brain can only process so much at a time. Trying to decide if I want to throw these armored car divisions like in another division. Like, do I want to mix it with the infantry? Maybe. It's a thing I could do.
Little mix sauce there. No, that tends to work well, especially when you're trying to punch through offensive stuff there.
Once I get some more experience, I'll have to look at that. Definitely not there yet. The Russians are starting to stack up on our border quite heavily.
Oh yeah.
Good job.
I've got about three stacks in front of me for the most part.
I don't even think I noticed that the Balkan War happened.
Oh shit! Yep. There go the Ottomans.
I remember Italy was doing that, but I didn't see that the Bosnians and the Bulgarians and the Serbians and everybody.
Mm-hmm. So have you been able to check out a game called Foxhole yet?
Some of the guys were just discussing that recently in a Discord, and I have not checked it out yet, but it sounds pretty darn interesting.
It is really cool so far. I've played it for maybe 30 minutes so far. Just picked it up. Kind of like the concept, though. With sort of the perpetual war going on, MMO, the teamwork thing is really big.
Yeah, somebody described it, and I said it kind of reminded me, not exactly of, but there was a game long, long ago called World War II Online. And I don't know if you've ever heard of that one.
I did, a long time ago.
Yep, and that kind of persistent fighting kind of reminds me of that.
I like that. I like that whole, take there. I find it to be like more meaningful than just getting into a server for 20 minutes or whatever, and then it goes away. You got your kills in, whatever, and then it's done. I guess that can be good too, but I just like, sort of having the overall story of what's happening in there.
Yep.
Perpetual war features.
Oop. Need to build more factories. Run out of space.
We only got 40 military or civilian factories working right now.
What do I have? I have 47 Civi factories, but most of them are being used for consumer goods, and 29 are actually used in construction.
Gotcha. Yeah, that consumer goods, that rubs me raw there. That sucks.
Yeah, what are you on right now? Early?
Oh, actually, I'm on partial.
Yeah,
and I'm still giving away. Yeah.
There we go. Up to partial now.
And I'm still giving away 25, factories to consumer goods.
Yeah, I'm using 16 consumer goods and 33 for construction.
Nice.
Alright. Probably want to... Man, I'm trying to decide what I want to do next. Because I feel like we're still in the build-up. Even though it's 1912, it feels like we're still in the build-up phase.
Oh, I know. About to hit that 1913. So now my field marshal here on the Eastern Front is telling me he has a, humongous superiority. Like he's favored. Well, now just switched it. Now just flipped down to 0.
Yeah, they're moving a lot of troops around right now. I'm exercising my guys on that border, so I don't have a clue right now. Because I just realized they were all green. And I was like, oh, Jesus, how did that happen? So, trying to max them out while we're in peace here. I think these guys, yep, I need to train them. And I don't really need to train them, but I might. Yeah, I am. Train all the things. Go back into equipment debt. Back into equipment debt.
Wow, all these have to be at war for.
Mostly
what are you hitting now on your focus tree?
I am doing Romanian reapproachment or rapprochement. So improve my relations with them. And then I'm not decided what I'm doing next. We're about to hit 13, so all my construction stuff's gonna open back up. So I'll probably hit those next. There's 13.
There you go.
Anything I can do in 13?
Oh, Italy.
No, it looks like... Oh, yeah, I can do. I get another armored car. Yeah!
So this whole idea of inviting the Italians to the faction, right?
Yeah.
So I go... looking at the tooltip now. We're at a negative 280. Negative 271. They got a negative 200 modifier in there because they would rather be part of the Balkan League.
What?
Yeah.
The Balkans, by the way, are beating the Ottomans.
Yeah. Got the war here. Oh, yeah, pretty extensively. Oh, no, this says 56% in favor of the aggressors here.
What are the Italians doing?
What else is?
They just have a little beachhead down there in Libya. They're not doing much.
Yeah.
I mean, they've taken out Hejaz, but they haven't.
Yeah, it seems like they're just sort of shitting around over there, They
haven't done shit in Libya.
Shit.
Oh, I made a whole army. All right.
Nice.
So, you boys, you're going to hang out on the Russian front as my backup line.
So the little rook icons there, is that your, you said that's your back line going in?
Yeah, that's my back line. They're only like a 10 width.
Let's see here.
Yes, we'll keep working on industry and engineering, because I haven't unlocked any... Most of this shit's 14 for me. How about you?
What is?
Most of the next tech.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I'm like running out of stuff to get here. I've got like 3 doctrines running right now, like a land, an air, and a naval all at the same time. Just to try to fill in something.
I'm wondering if
that's the thing with this mod, if you guys haven't seen it before, it can get a little dicey with the tech tree because there's some big gaps there, right?
Yep.
So eventually you just have to say, okay, this is going to take 700 days, but it's the least of all evils, so we're just going to go ahead and take it just to fill a slot.
Oof. Support equipment's down to negative 1,200. That's not good. I didn't realize I was making more of those armies. My bad. I'm making another set of the defensive troops. Okay. That's the thing that's happening, apparently. There went all my guns. All those extra guns I thought I had? Not so much.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Not so much.
All in the defensive part. Okay.
I'm trying to remember, what did I make those guys? It's just support artillery. There's just a lot of them. I also switched a lot of my, like, my weaker divisions. I switched them over to regular infantry so that I didn't have any of those, like those garrison divisions that have just 4 infantry and nothing else in them. I got rid of those guys. Oh, the Kingdom of Italy just white peaced. Italy won the Italo-Turkish War. Did they? I mean, because you just told me they white peaced. You just told me they white peaced.
Yeah, I don't see how that makes sense at all.
So I can give Italy South Tyrol and Istria. And that will allow me to call them to war when we're at war. I'm not going to do that right now, though, because for obvious reasons, I don't know if it's worth it.
Right.
I can also give Bukovina to Romania, which will allow me to call them to war. So I'm going to hold off on all of that for now, because it just doesn't make sense. But I'll work on my
options.
Yeah, it's good to know that we've got those triggers to pull once the wars kick off. Right now I need to dig myself out of this hole I just put myself in production-wise.
I need to get some better naval stuff going here.
I'm almost to my 50 airships. I haven't really done much with my Navy. It's just sitting there. I mean, I'm building things, but not much. I'm building destroyers and subs, basically. All right.
I've been able to put out 3 battleships, 3 lights, 15 destroyers, and 7 subs. But the problem, which is cool, American Choose a New Freedom, which is cool, except I find that like I put, I don't know, about 100 ships or so out in the Eastern North Sea right now. They will get gobbled up like as soon as the war kicks off.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, they just get destroyed, and then it's like, okay, I'm going to try to protect the Baltic. Good luck.
Yeah, their fleet's just way too strong. The Allied fleet's way too strong this time. Let's see.
Decisive battle. We're going to take you.
What are they working on? Infrastructure, eh?
Unassigned divisions. Yeah, these little militia units in Africa and Asia are worthless.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I don't really have to worry about Africa and Asia.
Yeah. I'm almost wondering, is it like even worth it to try to reinforce them or something like that? I don't know. I doubt it.
Alright, just about get everybody to regulars.
Mobile position.
I decide if I want to switch to limited exports. I don't really have any issues right now, so I'm going to hold on that.
You short on any resources yet or anything like that?
I'm not. That's why I'm probably just going to hold back for now.
Yeah. And just straight building military factory.
Yeah, I am still building a bunch of military factories, and I'm going to start trenching up a little bit.
Okay.
At least along the Russian border.
There. Okay. 105 German divisions there on the east.
Nice.
I've got 81 on the western front there. Alsace-Lorraine. That might need some beef. And then I only have 21 divisions here on the Belgian border, but...
Yeah, but that's like, what, a one province border?
Yeah.
It's a pretty hefty block.
I'm just blocking that shit and then seeing if we can try to crack through here. But all these forts, they've got coastal forts, the French do, all up and down, to be expected. Damn, that's a 4 level 5 there.
What do they have on the line right now? Just level 1s? 2, 2, and a 5. Yeah, they're definitely starting to build that Maginot up.
Yep.
Damn you, France!
And I have 0, 0, 0, 0.
I don't think I even have forts yet. Let's look. Where is forts? Fort is in. Oh, that's like a 1916 thing, isn't it?
Yeah, let's see. Industry. Reinforced concrete, 1916.
All right. Are we regulars? We're regulars. Awesome. Are you regulars? You're regulars. Awesome. Are you regulars? Oh, yeah. All
Get
right.
that improved infantry equipment going. That's interesting. It's only 156 days for me. What is that? 212 days there for the early support weapons, gas mask. 257.
Oh, yeah, let's start training you now.
Yeah.
All but my rooks now are regulars, finally.
Okay, good. Nice.
That will help in our defense. I mean, the good news, too, is I've got, what is this, 42 more divisions down on Romania and Serbia that I could always pull off if we're not fighting anybody over there.
Nice.
So all in, what am I? I'm 48, 98, 102. I'm in like 120 divisions. But to be fair, 24 of those are half strength. They're 10 width. But everything else is pretty much, except for my cav and shit, is in decent shape.
Oh man, I just found a bunch of disgusting garrison units here that were held up in my army. They were hiding from me. I need to get rid of you.
Not good.
So that inflates my Western Front figures there. So need to beef up the Western Front here in the short term.
Yup. Okay. You need more. Oh god. Okay, yeah, I'm not doing that. I have to cancel you because I'm at negative 2,700 support equipment right now. So that next army is just not going to get made right now.
So how did you and Ben and Bob and Aldra and everybody sort of come together?
It's been very it's happened over time, right? So, so Bob and I kind of ran into each other early. We were both super tiny channels, and this was back when my channel originally was a group channel, right? We had 3 or 4 of us who were friends, and we all put out different shit, and it was just kind of like, well, let's have fun. Well, Bob was doing a bunch of EU4 stuff. I was doing some EU4 stuff, and he just kind of left me a message on my channel and said, "Hey, are you interested in a collab?" And we did, and we did an EU4 collab that went 80 something episodes. We played literally till the end of the game, right? And not long after that, Ben ran into Bob, and I can't remember the way that he ran into him, but so I met Ben through Bob, and then there's another guy, Midgeman, who I had met before Bob through a little YouTube group that I a group of small YouTubers that are just kind of it's almost like a support group, for lack of a better term, right?
Sure.
And so yeah, it's just kind of organically grown, and I think Bob met Aldra knew Mordred, and now we're all we all talk, and the Discords help, right? Kind of connect all that stuff, and it's pretty neat. It's been a weird little journey to get to that point. Oh, I still have free military factories. Well, that's not good.
No, that's cool though. I mean, it's entertaining. You guys have a good balance of personalities going in that group,
Yeah, we've we've kind of brought people in and out of that group over time, and not everyone has stuck. Like not every group worked out, so to speak. But it's still kind of cool just to have just to kind of have that dynamic and start to figure out how to build that up.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes a while. Like, you get to know people as you do this, right? Like just literally kind of shooting the shit while you play. And then you start talking to each other in the Discord, and before you know it, you start to relate, and everybody starts to pick up on their own little eccentricities and their own little weird habits, and it's fun. I was talking to a buddy of mine who has his own channel. He was one of the guys that originally was on my channel, and then we kind of split everybody to their own individual channels. And I was even talking to him. I was like, man, the biggest thing for me in this whole journey is like that realization that the community, the multiplayer, that is really where it's at, right? Like, I think for you guys watching, it's probably the most entertaining, and I also think. For me playing, it's just recording single player stuff. I do it, but it's not fun. I don't do it because I love to. I do it because schedules are a pain, and it's hard to get enough people to do all multiplayer stuff.
Yeah, but at least you get sort of that fresh, sort of like combined campaign in there when you bring everyone together, and worth it.
Players are always harder to play with too, and that's good, because sometimes when you're playing like EU4 or even Hearts of Iron 4, it's like it's like punching babies. It's not that hard. So you hit the point where you get the players in the mix, and then it gets, if not more challenging, at least more interesting, because you start to get the politics and the the threats and the salt, and it's that part is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, if you've watched any of our EU4 multiplayer series, like, there's the haves and the have-nots. There's the people who will be threatened and the people who are doing the threatening, and it's kind of funny.
Right. And then Ben pulling a "fuck you, world. I'm off to Seattle."
Yeah, I went to. Did he go to Mexico? I think he went to Mexico. I can't remember where he went to the U.S. But yeah, he had to. That was pretty funny. I think that just happened in recent episodes, if memory serves. All right, do I need to... Okay, you're done training. All right. Wait, what happened to you guys? Oh, I added people to you. I changed your units, and they're not regulars anymore. Son of a bitch. Forgot that's a thing.
Nice.
I updated the unit thing, right? I upgraded the division. I gave them some extra support stuff, and then they all dropped below regular. So I was like, God damn it. Come on.
Got to retrain them. Let's see. Damn, I still need some armored car production.
I am up to 800 of those bad boys.
Nice.
Let's get rid of a bunch of these things I don't need anymore. Man, armored cars have just absolute garbage heart attack. Oh, man. Trying to decide what width I want to keep these guys at.
I'm sitting at that sort of 20 mark right now.
Well, I'm talking for I'm looking at doing like a small armored car division, two armored cars, and then maybe some infantry.
How many of those do I have? Okay, I've got like 2 armored car divisions. Man, those suck. Those templates suck.
Yeah.
Let's see what you're talking about.
Let's see. The armored cars go 9 kilometers per hour. I'm tempted to throw some cavalry in there with them, but that's expensive as hell.
Yeah, that'll get you.
I may just add 1 infantry for now. Call that good enough.
21.
Yeah, we're going to do that. So I would like to start pumping some of those out.
Yeah, let's do some.
13. There's still nothing new.
The Schraffen Panzerwagen. Whatever.
So I will do this. Alright, so what is it going to take me to make those? It's probably going to eat into my motorized, which I don't have any of. And by motorized, I mean, of course, horse-drawn carriages, but... you know what? I've done a horrible job of... I've done a horrible job of using my tech tree to give me some research bonuses.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying I grabbed at least one doctrine effort so far. Trying to get some of those stats up before the war hits here. It's September. Got about a year, a little less.
Balkan League is victorious. Ottomans have been thrown back to Constantinople, basically.
There they go. Here he comes, there he goes. Let's see.
First flight across the Mediterranean. Alright.
So speaking of history stuff, did you hear about like the new Amelia Earhart stuff that just came out?
No, I haven't. What
they found some photographs that they were pretty sure it was her and her co-pilot made like a crash landing Marshall Islands.
Really?
Occupied by the Japanese. And it was like really convincing. I was looking at it, and then turns out this like amateur historian in Japan went through the National Archives over there, like a bunch through the like old like World War II stuff there, and basically found a copy of the picture there, and it was like basically debunked. Like the whole entire like theory was basically debunked based on the photo. Didn't like pass like the authenticity or whatever, but man, it was like this special on History Channel. I don't really watch it too much anymore, but it was convincing. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I was like, wow, that's a good theory. Like they brought in criminal investigators, the whole 9 yards, just to like analyze the photo and stuff. And they're like, it's a high probability it's her. Flipped it on its head. Yeah.
And then they were all wrong. That's kind of part of the problem. Is like a lot of people like they've gotten to the point now where they just want to believe it's true. So they're like, yeah, this is probably accurate.
Yeah.
Except it's not.
Oh, and we're out of time.
Oh yeah, we are. All right, everybody. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you're interested in checking out the Discord or Patreon links down below, I encourage you to do so. And if you want to see the opposite perspective of the one you're watching, links for that will also be down below. And we hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, leave a comment, maybe like, and if you're not already, probably should subscribe. Just saying. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.